What's zappin', everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle content. In today's video, we're taking a look at what I believe is the best, most consistent, not toxic team in the Electric Cup, featuring Galvantula, Lantern, and Hisuian Electrode. Played this in the last iteration of the Electric Cup, did a really good run with this team. I feel like it's going to be a very, very strong line here. Resizing that a little bit. So anyway, so let's get into the battles here and check these out. These are done with some members of my Discord. So many thanks for them for getting these battles in with me over the weekend here so we could get some practice in with the Electric Cup. So the first opponent here is going to come in with a Shadow Galvantula on the safe swap. Very spicy, love the Shadow Galv. But you definitely want to be running Fury Cutter and Lunge in this cup here. No sense in really bringing the Discharge because Lunge hits just about everything that Discharge could possibly hit, which is pretty much just Lantern, honestly, and does it better. And then Energy Ball is there for the Lantern matchup, but you could certainly run Cross Poison instead of the Energy Ball for the mirror match if you see more of those. Now, because the opponent swapped in the Galv, they're always going to be one turn behind on energy, which means that in the two shields, I should be able to win this matchup pretty cleanly, which then will allow me to put my Hisuian Electrode on the Hidden Power Ground Luxray. Now, there's two things in this cup that really, really do well against Luxray, and that's going to be Hisuian Electrode and Galvantula. And the reason why is because, I mean, it's mostly Galv. Like, Galv is really the thing that does well here. But Electrode only taking neutral from the Hidden Power and also only really being able to get hit with the Psychic Fangs really helps. Psychic Fangs plus Hidden Power in this cup is a very strong combination. I am blessed to have a Hidden Power Ground Luxray myself. So come check out the stream. And also, by the way, we got to get that in. Yes, we do. Come check out the stream while I'll be trying to play some maybe spicier stuff in the Electric Cup for at least as long as I can stand it. Get the Energy Ball in, and that's going to be a good game well played. Getting into the next battle here, we have got Galv on the lead versus Lantern. So what I like to do here is, I mean, at least what I used to like to do, is I used to go for the Lunge when I got up to the Energy Ball. But really, there's so many people that call that now. Just go for the Energy Ball, trainers, to be honest. Just go for the Energy Ball, because you end up wanting to shield this anyway because of how much damage you take on Galv, which just kind of defeats the purpose. Because usually when there's a Lantern in the lead, probably means that there's going to be a Galv target in the back. Typically, you're going to see something like Hisuian Electrode in the back, which is now going to come into my Lantern safe swap here to really make me feel some pain. Now, I want you to watch this matchup, everybody. This is important, okay? You're going to see Water Gun Lantern is going to mow through this Hisuian Electrode with multiple shields. You need shields to do this. I do believe you can only do it in the two shield scenario if you land a Surf. Once that happens, you can bump both of your shields and you should be able to win. Okay, you'd have to win it in the twos, I think, because the opponent, you can only win it in the 2-to-1s, I believe. The opponent lets it go saving their shield, but my Lantern is extremely healthy here. They come in with a Galv with Volt Switch. Now, some Galvs you will see running Volt Switch. For the most part, they should want to run Fury Cutter. You get the same energy per turn with that combination of move, but I looked to catch and I just it didn't work. Because I'm sitting here with an Electrode and I have nothing else I can do about this, right? They go for the Lunge and they just rip me a new one. If the opponent here had the Fury Cutter, oh, I would be in so much pain right now. But thankfully, they at least have some mercy by throwing with Volt Switch. So, but that doesn't mean much as Lantern now has to take care of the Galv, and I don't know if this is going to be enough damage with the Surf after the opponent survives. Wait, oh! No, that's going to be enough. I didn't think so, but they have the Lantern in the back, and I forgot it in the Shoutcast, and I forgot it in the game right here as well. I forgot that Lantern was back there, and it put a swift end to my face, so good game, well played. Into the next game, the opponent's bringing some spicier stuff here. A Minun in the lead. They immediately swap into Alolan Shadow Geodude. Bro, I have a Hundo Shadow Alolan Geodude, and you bet. It's coming out on the stream. It's coming. So, going to be able to mow through this, thankfully, with Water Gun. Opponent not going to be able to get to a second charge move, but you do have to shield the Shadows. They are very, very hard hitting. Opponent comes back in with a Minun. The reason why people might want to run Minun in this cup is because it has access to, I believe it's either Energy Ball or Grass Knot. And that allows it to be able to have the opportunity to beat the rock types which, if you guys watched my team video yesterday, you know they're going to be very dominant in this cup. And the reason why I like this team is because it actually manhandles double rock. You come in with the Lantern, you get a huge farm down, Electrode usually handles the rest. Now, it's important also to know with this team, if you're going to run it, Electrode is not a counter swap into an Alolan Rock in the straight up matchups. You must have at least gotten one shield off of the rock type, otherwise they are going to be able to get through you before you can get to 3 energy balls. It's unfortunate just the way it is, but that is the truth of that matchup. So we take it out, though. It doesn't matter. We're going to get an honorary Kaboom up in here. Kaboom! Because we have to. I go up to the double wild charge here just to guarantee that I'm going to be able to get both of these moves off, take out the Minun. But I was it too low, and the opponent not throwing energy because they need 2 moves to KO. That's a good game. Into the next battle we go here. We've got an Alolan Golem. This is a nightmare of a lead, so I'm going to immediately swap into my Electrode here, hoping that the opponent maybe will swap into something, but they come in with a Magneton. Opponent bringing more spice. And that's, so here's the reality of this Electric Cup, folks. The core meta is like 5 things, okay? It's Galv, Lantern, Electrode, and the rocks. And I don't know if you want to count those as 1 or 3. Honestly, it's only 2 because most people don't have the Geodude. They mostly have the Golem and the Graveler. So that's the meta. Everything else sucks. Oh, and then there's, of course, there's Luxray. So, okay, 6 things. There's Luxray in there as well. But being able to stick my Lantern on this Golem is huge. It does feel bad because the Golem does have a very hard-hitting move in Stone Edge, and it also has, I think it has access to Rock Blast too? I think it does. I know Graveler has access to Rock Blast and Stone Edge, but I don't know if Golem does as well. I think it does, though. But going to be able to come back in with my Galv here, and I live 1 move if I need to, but the Fury Cutters should be enough to just kind of shave down this, save down the Galv, and I'm going to look to go for a lunge just before I would expect them to get to their move here, just to make sure that I'm going to be able to get the shield and the attack drop, and the opponent not able to get to a charge move here, unfortunately, which means that this energy ball is going to get the shield instead, and then Lantern is going to be able to come in, but the opponent knows it's over. Boom! And that's a good game. More spice! Dude, honestly, I think Magnezone, the Shadow Magnet family could be good. I think they also beat the Alolan Rocks. I might be wrong, but I think they do. But, like, just with how hard hitting a wild charge from these things is, boy, it's gonna be pain. Wild charge, however, is not going to be able to hit a double resisted target like Electrode very well. So that is why I swapped it in here, hoping that they wouldn't bank the energy, and they did in fact swap out. So going to be able to get to nearly 2 charge moves here with the Electrode against the Galv. The opponent throws, and I'm just like, nah, you can have it. You can have it. I have a little bit of energy on my Galv, so I'm hoping they threw right away. One thing I'd like to note about my Galv, the IVs are awful, and the reason why that I'm okay with running this Galv here is because it wins CMP against most other Galvs, because people typically are going to opt to build, you know, the optimal spread. And then I've got this thing over here that was literally the best one that I had at the time when I built it. Years ago at this point. And that's what I've got. And thankfully it comes in clutch because it wins a lot of CMPs in this cup. At least from last time. I don't know if people have gotten wise and built attack-weighted Galv since then. But my Lantern is a little bit ahead of energy here. So unless I fail a bait call, which I'm not going to do here, I'm going to say, if you know what, you want to throw the Surf, go for it. But now I have to start shielding Surfs, which feels really bad. So I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt here and look to hopefully just take the Lantern out. Maybe they think I'm baiting. Nope, they do shield very well. Very nice shield. Very well done there. Opponent can just simply go for a Surf here and take me out. So I'm like, yeah, they probably are near 2. So I'm going to save the shield for Galv. I feel like that the Lantern is low enough that I could potentially get a farm down here. So I'm going to shield this up. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. Just do it. Past me, you dope. Oh, right, because the Magnezone had a move. But the opponent didn't have the wild charge, and that means I'm going to get this farm down, and we're going to be able to get to the lunge to KO the Lantern in the nick of time. If that was a wild charge, I was done. Dude, absolutely no way. And we talked about it after. I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, you didn't have enough? He's like, no, I didn't have enough. I was 1 short. I'm like, oh, goodness, that was close. Mirror lead to the next game. So this is what I do. Every time I see a galv lead, I stay and I go straight for the lunge. Because like I said earlier in the last game, I typically win those CMPs. Now, if your galv doesn't win, it's a very high rank galv, doesn't win many CMPs, I don't know. You just kind of have to play it or maybe try to catch on a resisted target if you can find one. But the opponent decides not to shield their Luxray here, which means that my galv is going to be able to get out without really much of a problem. I still save it a little bit for later, but because the opponent takes so long to get to their charge moves, I'm able to get a full farm down with my Electrode, and I'm going to immediately throw here because I expect that galv to have a move because they went out with one, and there was no CMP. I think that might have been one turn lag. Really unfortunate. That or I just didn't see the Fury Cutter. Energy Ball, though, does enough damage. Wondering why they didn't throw the lunge, but that's okay. We're going to see the Energy Ball on my side come out from my galv here, and hopefully this will be a no-shield situation. But the opponent does wisely shield up the Energy Ball, but at this point now, my Lantern has 2 shields to their 0. I'm going to no-shield this first move, and it was a Thunderbolt, and I'm really questioning my life decisions at this point, feeling like I wish I had shielded that Thunderbolt, because now, as again with the last game, I have to start shielding Surfs, and that feels bad, man. So I'm going to continue to build up extra energy here. I want to have some in case the opponent swaps here, just to make sure that I'm able to at least take advantage of the fact that my Lantern has some energy. Just try to maybe waste the switch clock a little bit. You know, a couple different reasons why you might do that. But opponent going for a swap, and they don't get the catch, and I'm able to get to the Thunderbolt here thanks to that and get their Lantern out of here. And that's going to be a good game. Well played. Getting into the next game here, we're going to have a Manectric on the lead. The opponent bringing some absurd spice this time, as they're going to have a Snarl. Dude, I know this thing has Overheat, and it scares me, and it wins CMP by a mile against pretty much everything. It would be so much fun to run it, but the opponent does get me with the Psychic Fangs here, so I'm going to go for the lunge, trying to equal out that debuff. Not that I had a choice, I locked myself in, but the opponent lets it go and lets me get the farm down, opting to keep shield advantage for whatever they've got in the back, and they've got a Golem. I immediately pop in with my Lantern after seeing that Golem, and they quite as quickly come in with their own Lantern here, and with a shield advantage, this could be very disastrous. However, I still have an Electrode in the back, so if I'm able to get some sort of shield advantage here, if I don't shield, or, you know, I could either not shield anything here, and the opponent is running Thunder. And I mean, dude, I don't know. He told me afterwards he ran out of charge TMs after he built the Lantern and he's got Thunder. But I'm like, dude, that is respectable. That Thunder was respectable. And he throws it again. Just taking out my Lantern with good measure. It makes you dead, you stay dead, you stupid fish. But the opponent does have their Golem in the back still. Energy Ball is going to be more than enough to KO this Golem here. I just need to get to 2 before they can take me out. They get for a Rock Blast. I believe it's 9. 8 or 9 to the Rock Blast. I'm able to get to the Energy Ball here. Now I just have to hope that I can get there before they get to another move. I'm definitely not winning CMP, and a catch would be disastrous here because my Galv will just get farmed down, and then I'm guaranteed to lose CMP. So we get the Energy Ball off here. And that's a good game. The opponent coming in with the Lantern, I realize I'm not getting to another move here. So I quickly, as soon as I realize that anyway, I quickly swap in my Galv, get the lunge, and that's a good game. Well played. And we're getting into the next battle here with an Alolan Shadow Geodude back on the lead. Yes, some of these trainers challenged me more than once. No, I'm not one to shy away. If it's a good battle, it'll be in the video. The opponent swaps in the Shadow Galv. Oh my goodness, this is dangerous. I've got 2 wild charges ready to go. I'd like to throw them both to give this opponent less farm here. So I'm going to throw both of them, getting shield advantage or straight taking out the Galv here, which is fine either way with me. Going to get them taken out here. I'm going to bring in my Galv and look to shield once, hopefully farm all the way down and have an Energy Ball or even a lunge, honestly, ready to throw against the Shadow Geodude here. So we're going to get the farm down. Thankfully, they don't have enough energy for another charge move, but my switch clock is not quite up yet, and they don't let me wait it out, and I have to go for the lunge. I'm hoping that they think it's an Energy Ball. Maybe they shield it, and they do. It's a good shield here. We got shield advantage, and they've got an Electrode in the back. So the only way that I could potentially win this game here is by coming in with my Galvantula after they take me out, getting a farm down, and throwing the energy ball into the Geodude. That is the only way that I can win this game, so I have to play to that and hope that they go for the energy ball here. I'm going for the Surf to get some chip damage. I need to get it into farm range, but they are going to have a move ready to go almost by the time I get there. And we're going to see the opponent go down. My Lantern actually taking it out, and I'm not going to be able to get to my Surf. So can I get to a move before I get farmed down by the rocks? No! The opponent's Geodude clobbers my Galv. Good game, trainer. Good game. Okay, so we're going to see Galv lead in the next game. Once again, staying in, going for the lunge immediately. Opponent goes for an extra one, though. Maybe they know they lose CMP. I don't know. But we'll see the lunge go through and almost take out the Galv. The opponent looking to just go for a debuffed lunge here. I'm going to shield it anyway. If the opponent's just letting this Galv go, my Galv, like, Galvantula is probably one of the most, like, valuable things in this meta because it hits almost everything, and the energy that it has is just it's absolutely useful. So I'm gonna go for the lunge here. Even though that this is resisted, it would do a lot of damage. The opponent does shield it up, trying to preserve that, and then they get the attack drop from that lunge, and I'm gonna be able to come in with my Lantern here and start pressuring with the water guns. Wild Charge is gonna hit the Lantern. The opponent immediately swaps in their own Lantern, and I'm honestly not. I mean, I guess maybe you don't come in with the magnezone because you're going to get the lunge regardless. But, I don't know. I'm not sure. But either way, I've got an Electrode in the back, and I'm hoping that I can sweep with it. As we saw previously, Electrode does double resist the moves from, the electric moves anyway, from the magnezone. So what I'm going to look to do here is, now that they've thrown energy, now I can over-farm by a bit. And I'm going to look to hopefully make something happen here now as the opponent. I'm not sure how much energy they have. I don't want to take too much extra damage because I know a Wild Charge would be coming close to KO from this range. Opponent comes in with their Magnezone. I'm going to no-shield a potential bait. Even if it's a Wild Charge, it's not going to take me out, I don't think. Mirror Shot, not going to be enough here. Going for a Wild Charge, looking to hopefully shield and get to 2 here. Should be enough. Opponent lets it go, knowing that it's over, and that's a good game. Very well played. Some very fun battles here with my Discord members. Again, thank you guys for providing us with these battles here. And it's not like I'm just preying on people. These are very excellent battlers in their own right. Some of them have hit Legends. Some of them are well on their way and very close to it. And the Discord is a wonderful place for the community that I've got here to grow together. So if you'd like to join that Discord, jump into the links in the description here in the pinned comment, looking how to join via the YouTube membership or the Patreon, and that's going to be it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know in the comments what you're going to be playing in the Electric Cup this week. If you're playing at all, some of us would probably want to play Great League. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to go back to Great League after not very long. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.